The world has changed, and all of us have had the feeling of being hemmed in behind masks and computer screens, locked up in our homes. Travel has changed too, and in our opinion, the best way to shake off the funk is to take a road trip. How easy is it? Is it safe? Where can one stay? Well, follow me through Rajasthan to find out. There are many amazing routes and offbeat places in Rajasthan, but with the pandemic, we decided to stick to the larger cities. Now, that's not a bad thing. In fact, it's great because there's just so much to see and the roads, fantastic. Well, once the route planning was done, the next on the agenda was to get some great cars. And we picked the 8s, Audi's uber luxurious A8 and their new SUV, the Q8. For the first leg, I decided to hop into the back seat of the Lux limo. It really is the place to be on a long journey. There's every possible kind of creature comfort in the A8 backseat. Seats that stretch out to feel like first class, massage functions, refrigerators, wireless charging, sun blinds, you name it and you have it. And it's all really easy to access via the tablet. The place is so comfortable that I didn't notice all the craziness and chaos as we got out of Udaipur and headed to Kumbhalgarh. Kumbhalgarh is just 85 kilometers away, and it's a drive that winds along the Aravalli hills on narrow scenic roads. There's loads of places to stop and enjoy the view if you're in the mood for a picnic too. Kumbhalgarh itself is awesome, just for its sheer size if nothing else. It has the second largest wall in the world after the Great Wall, and that is an amazing fact I never knew before. These are the joys and discoveries of taking road trips. Heading back to Udaipur, I enjoyed the view through the large rear window of the A8 and ended the day with a super sunset cruise. It's always good to have a great place to end the day when you're road tripping, and the Taj Lake Palace provided the perfect setting and comfort. It also let me know that I was super safe with all the safety protocols in place all over the hotel. The greatest part of getting away is the freedom, and for me it was being able to dine out under the stars without a mask and a gorgeous view. Udaipur's famous sites are mostly around Lake Pichola, so staying around the lake area is a great choice. The next morning, we headed out for a little retail therapy, and the market street was a delight. After a visit to the marketplace, we headed out to Ajmer. Despite the A8 being so big, the steering is so light and easy, especially when you're at crawling speeds like this. So cutting in and out of this crazy traffic is really not bothering me as much as it would normally. Highways in Rajasthan are just gossamer smooth, and they make distances seem small. There is also so much to do and see on the way, and on the 265 kilometers from Udaipur to Ajmer, there are loads of gastronomical places, spiritual places, and scenic spots. We've done a lot already since we left Udaipur, and that's the great part about a road trip. When you're traveling from point A to point B, it isn't just that. It's what you can do along the way, the sights that you can see, so many other places that you can visit, and you can just stop wherever you want. I didn't know Ranthambore Lake existed, but we found it, we went to it, and it was absolutely fabulous. Now, for someone like me, to light up the road at night, I need a great set of lights, and I'm so glad that I have the Audi A8 with me, because these adaptive lights, they are absolutely phenomenal. They work like your eyes do, lighting up whichever corner of the road pretty much the car's looking at. It's got it lit perfectly, so it's absolutely fabulous to have these adaptive lights. And what makes a great road trip is great roads, and that's what Rajasthan has. I mean, this highway between Udaipur and Ajmer is really nice. It's 4 lanes, smooth, silky, nice winding sections, and you can keep a good pace. So journeying between destinations is really easy. At Taj, they follow a strict safety protocol, and rooms are kept vacant 24 hours between guests, so everyone can feel quite safe. And all the properties come with an amazing view. In this city, the place to visit is Ajmer Sharif. To get into this Dargah, there were checks and measures, but once inside, people were a little more lax. However, the experience was an uplifting one. Okay, back in my car, in my safe zone. So can have the mask off. Strange times that we're in, and a different world, but still, I'm not complaining. Great to be out, and it was a lovely, lovely time at the Ajmer Sharif. In today's journey, we're leaving the cities behind and going out into the wild, quite literally. Headed to Savai Madhopur, a place famous for the Ranthambore National Park, where one gets to see tigers, and I'm hoping to see a few tomorrow on the safari. It's about a 240 kilometer journey from Ajmer city, and shouldn't take us too long, because as of now I'm on a nice 6-lane highway, moving along pretty comfortably. There are multiple routes from Ajmer to Savai Madhopur, and though there are shorter ones, the one via Jaipur, which is longer, is the best. You bypass Jaipur city and get onto an empty open highway which has barely any traffic after Tonk, and it is just such a beautiful drive. The Audi A8 just feels like it is floating on a cloud when you're cruising out on a highway like this. It's got this soft, pillowy ride that is uber luxurious. And though this is a big luxury car and more about the back seat, what I love is when you're behind the wheel like this out on a highway, if I want an overtake maneuver, put my foot down, and yeah, it's got plenty of oomph. So today's my last leg of the journey with the Audi A8 and I'm on this buttery smooth highway from Savai Madhopur to Jaipur. It's single lane till Tonk, about 75 kilometers, and then it opens out into this beautiful dual carriageway. But even the single lane highway is so silky smooth and traffic is sparse, so set it into cruise control and you can just waft along enjoying the view. So it's been 8 days in Rajasthan with the A8 that have been absolutely great. This little baby, well, not little, very large baby, has been keeping me great company. I've enjoyed the back seat with its massage seats and its refrigerator, and it is just fabulously comfortable back there. But the experience behind the wheel is also just as good. I mean, it has enough oomph. You know, even though it's really large, you just waft along in this comfort. It just is absolute luxury. Time flies on vacations, and while on one hand I was sad to be done with the first 8 days, I was looking forward to starting the next 8 on a high. So this is a crazy kind of high. And it's so great to be out again, but hey, we are Autocar and there has to be a car, right? For this leg that takes us into Western Rajasthan, I switched over to driving the super stylish Q8. Rajasthan is full of forts and they're all pretty unique, so it's really a must to see them all. Ajmer Fort is one that has loads of wow factor and it's just a half-hour's drive from the city of Jaipur. All the sites and monuments check temperatures as you go in, and there are protocols for social distancing in place. While Ajmer can leave you amazed, Jaipur city is a complete delight with loads of sights to see. While it's most certainly the pink city with its sandstone and terracotta, it's also a riot of other colors and flavors on so many fronts. Jaipur's hotels, the Jai Mahal Palace and the beautiful Rambagh Palace Hotel, are both amazing places to stay, with fabulous grounds and a lot of history within the walls. And the fact that you feel at home and safe is just icing on the cake. The next morning, we packed a huge amount of luggage into the boot of the Q8, which it swallowed easily, and headed out. The roads into Jaipur and out of it look like they have been freshly laid, and driving in this region is relaxed and easy. But the countryside changes as you head further west. The Q8 is a great companion whether it's city traffic or a luxurious highway cruise. But the silky highway soon gave way to narrow, broken country roads en route to Sambar Lake. The Q8 negotiated these two with utmost ease. So really happy to have the Q8, which has my back today. Pretty much sails over everything. Potholes, ditches, just dismisses them like the one I just went through. Don't have to worry about anything at all. And after a narrow section, when you get to the vast, wide, open salt flats, it's just time to have fun. The rest of the journey passed in a flash. Jodhpur is another hustling bustling city with narrow roads and lots of traffic, which the Q8 cut through without a fuss to arrive at the gorgeous Umaid Bhawan Palace, which is the place to stay in Jodhpur. Apart from Umaid Bhawan, the place to see is the Mehrangarh fort for its intricate architecture, great view of the city and the blue houses.
That was a searingly hot visit to the fort. And that's the thing to remember about Rajasthan. It can get pretty darn hot. October, the season that I'm in now. Hot days, almost 42 degrees just now. But evenings get a lot cooler. The best time to visit is December to March. You know, I've been visiting all these forts. In leg one of our journey, we visited Kumbhalgarh, which was all about largesse. In Jaipur, we visited Amber, which is all about opulence, and the Sheesh Mahal with its shiny concave mirrors. And today, it is Mehrangarh with its gory past, but it still is about intricacy. It's got so many little details in its architecture, and it is just so pretty. So while you may think that you've seen one fort, you've seen them all, it really isn't like that. It's, you know, all of them are just so completely different.
Coming home to Umaid Bhawan Palace will ensure that any dreams you have had of living the royal life will all be fulfilled. With great memories in the bag, we headed further west to our last destination on this trip, Jaisalmer. With the destination set on the navigation system, once again gossamer smooth highways brought us to our destination in a flash. And when in Jaisalmer, you have to head to the dunes. We're headed off to Sand Dunes today, and yet again there is another fantastic stretch of road. In the Q8, you know, it just cruises so comfortably. It is really fantastic on a journey like this. And this 3-liter V6, I just love it. You know, the beauty about it is just prod the accelerator a little bit and you've got to go. You know, having an SUV on a journey like this is really good because so many times you encounter sudden patches of bad road. And with the Q8, it's just never a worry. You see, just go over whatever it is and you sail along comfortably. It just goes over everything, decimates the potholes, and inside I'm kept comfortable. The second leg of the journey in Rajasthan has been just spectacular. And making it more spectacular are actually the roads in Rajasthan. Just look at this road in front of me. Once again, smooth, well-surfaced road. Every destination just seems short because the roads are so good. And because I have a really nice car as well. I mean, this engine in the Q8, the 3-liter V6 is just, it's fabulous. Every time I put my foot down, I get this nice
strong shove of power, and it's also so smooth and refined. It's just made the journey so much better.
Flying around the dunes, kicking up the dirt, the Q8 showed me another side of its character, the tough outdoor side that's ready to take on anything. And the ease with which it handled the dunes really amazed me. Road tripping is such a joy. Seeing the world through your windscreen brings revelations around each corner, giving you the opportunity to enjoy people, culture, nature, food, and so much more. Having a great car just makes it even better. It is really all about the journey.